And now back to your regular programming.
If you speak better to yourself.
You showed up for probably the dumbest conversation we've ever had on this show.
Let's have that smile again.
Tell me how that happens. Physically should not happen.
Relax.
If you say
Give me as well.
3 times a day, God will line it up.
He's just an absolute hack, and he gets his ass kicked by the teammates every week. It's just terrible.
Football's back. We've got football on today, which means for an hour I'm going to very half listen to Sean while he shares his takes about the top
How's that
offenses
different than a
and
regular hour?
I got something on the TV I can look at.
Very nice.
Instead of my iPad.
You know what? Close the show. Just no show anymore. This is it. You can't say something. You can't do that.
I can't talk like that?
No.
But eat shit. I can do whatever I want.
Oh, you suck.
Today we're going to break down. We've got 3 shows before Sean fucks off to Europe. we're gonna get in those 3 shows. We're gonna do a best offenses, top 5 offenses in the NFL. We're gonna do a top 5 defenses in the NFL, and we're also gonna do full Super Bowl predictions, playoff predictions on that last show before you dip off. But I wanted to get to this the beginning. There was this guy who went viral yesterday. He tweeted, "Going to dinner with my wife and her coworker tonight. For every like this tweet gets, I will take 1 milligram of THC and document my experience. You have until 6 p.m. to do your worst." That tweet got 117,000 likes on it.
Ooh. That's all right, buddy.
So the extent of it, I don't. It's kind of long. I'm going to read most of it, but he tweeted this. Here's what happened at dinner. I'm a man of my word, but I couldn't dream of taking 8 grams of THC, and I'm not sure I couldn't. By the way, grams, not milligrams.
Yeah,
grams. I couldn't feasibly consume it. I did the right thing and ate a 300 milligram delicious gingerbread cookie chocolate bar. I drove to the restaurant and easily ate the bar in 5 minutes. Succulent. I swallowed up chips, salsa. Already at the table, I could already tell that I was in for a bad time. I texted my wife that this tweet was doing numbies, but did not inform her that I was consuming a delightful 300 milligram THC chocolate bar before eating with her coworker, a manager at her company.
Smart.
I was keeping it together. 300 isn't really that much though. I've made the 300 mistake before. I've made the 500 mistake before.
What?
Yeah. I've eaten one of those big Rice Krispies that were like 500 and I ate the whole thing without thinking it through.
How is that possible? I've never gone over like 40.
You've never gone over? Oh no, it wasn't. It was 200. It was 200. But
Okay.
I've still done 200 before. It's not fun. I had my numbers off. I had my numbers off.
Yeah.
To continue, I was keeping it together and keeping it up with the conversation until about the 20-minute mark. At this point, I consumed a basket of chips, tasty salsa, 3 Topo Chicos, and I ordered steak nachos for dinner.
Smart.
For some reason, I thought they would be easier to eat.
More chips after the chips
Right.
appetizer.
Right.
Yeah. I wonder if you'd be able to tell. Holy hell.
I just don't know if I'd have the dexterity to actually get all that.
Oh, that's the first thing I thought of was a big hearty steak nacho bar platter. There's so many moving pieces, and you have to be delicate and powerful to be able to scoop up. Because you got to be able to scoop up all the meat and the sour cream. And if you're a guac enjoyer, you stink, but you got to grab that up. Or you got to be very, very careful pulling them out because sometimes the nachos are brittle. Way too much like active machinery involvement when it comes to a meal for nachos.
Well, okay, so
what an idiot mistake.
I'm kind of wondering if, assuming this was I think he did say it was a Mexican spot. I feel like if you eat the burrito, if you're too high, you're going to try and eat the thing with your hands. And those Mexican restaurant burritos are too big. So you're just going to be eating a whole bunch of mush and just playing with it in your hands.
Yes, and you're also going to be making right. Trying to with your eyes are rolling. Everything. Your eyes are rolling and you just are stuffing your mouth. Yeah, just go with the tacos, man. Go with the tacos or a quesadilla. Easy.
I feel like I'd lose count of the tacos though.
Well, that's the point.
Not
I
because
think
I'm
that's the
eating
point
too many.
of
Like, I'd lose track of them. There's too much going on the plate.
pairing the two is definitely taco friendly. How about a
What about soup?
I've tremendously enjoyed a large hot and sour soup in
While
record
high?
time. While
Is in record time as in slower than usual?
no,
or
as
faster than-
in like
Oh.
I'm not even using a spoon. I'm just drinking it out of the big container.
Oh. All right, to continue this, I couldn't understand a word anyone was saying, but would regularly reply, "Absolutely, I totally agree," and "so good." The last one's not a good one to throw in there. Also, big mistake. If you're too high to operate, you don't talk. You just got to nod. You just got to
Nonverbal,
yeah.
nonverbal and polite, just like a gentleman.
Not,
Just like a gentleman.
you can't be just so good. Could you imagine? What if this person's talking about they having to put their dog down? Yep,
So good, man.
So good.
So
I
good.
totally agree.
Ugh, that rules. So happy for you.
Right. Just mashing steak
Stop,
tacos.
Topo Chico, please. Yeah, thanks. Hi. Where were we?
Everyone was buying it. They weren't, but I was blasting off like Team Rocket. About this time, I checked my phone and saw that Did you read this when I sent it to you, by the way?
I read like the first
Okay.
2 paragraphs.
I checked my phone and saw that the original post was ding parabolic numbies. I let out a little chuckle and my wife asked me what I was laughing at. She could tell I was cooked out of my mind, not happy. The nachos came and my motor skills were highly impaired.
Of course.
I was so high that my booty hole was tingling. Could have just been the nachos. Plausible.
Mhm.
The jig was up. The couple with us, I thought it was one person, was not particularly excited that I was schlumped like Stephen Hawking at the table. I ordered another Topo Chico, and
Nice.
the waiter informed me that I had a full Topo Chico right in front of me.
There might be a participant at this table that has ordered a drink with a full one in front of them.
Have you?
Yes, for sure.
Well, high or well drunk?
I think it was definitely a mix of both, but I was
Oh.
out of my element, as we'll say. He could have just been drunk, but I've been known to say, you know what, bring me another one. And I haven't even got the lime down in the Corona yet. It's still sitting there. I'm like, whose is this? They're like, it's yours. I'm like, oh, I got to lock in.
Towards the end of dinner, a guy approached our table and called me by my name. I promise you, I've never seen this man before in my life. It was the cops. This wasn't written in there, but I'm just guessing. He spoke to me for about 45 seconds and certainly noticed something was amiss. After my third, "It's great to see you again, brother." As we left the restaurant, my wife inspecting, After we left the restaurant, my wife inspecting eyes and determined that I was high as shit and deemed me unfit to drive home. Thank you all for being here. This thread is done Megan Numbies. All right. I'm kind of jealous of this experience.
I'm really hoping that this is true. I'm hoping this is somebody on Twitter that's being
It's so specific, though.
authentic and being very honest, because I think that's really rewarding. And when you believe that on Twitter, it's a really good time because you're kind of in on the party. A lot of people have been there. It's fun to be there. It's fun to be at a Mexican spot, a real good Mexican spot. My birthday. Very similar activities at a very nice Mexican spot in Alexandria, Virginia. Just hottest food. It comes out piping hot. There's no delivery. If you're going to do it, the Taco Bell is out, by the way. If you're going to smoke or ingest,
You got to go to a real Mexican
you
spot.
got to go real deal Mexican joint, because Taco Bell, 1, it's now as expensive as the real deal Mexican joints. And 2, it's getting here cold. And 3, it's Taco Bell, worse quality. So just get down at the brick and mortar when they bring you your chori pollo, and you can just put your whole face in it and kind of melt along with the savory cheese and chorizo. That's the only way to do it now, by the way.
Well, the one, here's my just main big thing. I respect
Or go to
it.
sushi and stare at people.
I respect the shit out of well, that was what I was just about to bring that up. I respect the shit out of him committing to the bit. I'm just generally a fan of making a fool of yourself around like people that you're not friends with, but have some sort of relationship to whoever you're dating.
That you'll
or
see
married
again?
with. Yeah. It's just like, I don't want to hang out with these people. I don't really care about them. So I'm going to ruin the night for everybody kind of bit. I like
Sure.
that bit, but you gotta, You got to do this at home, man. 300. You got to do that one at home. Doing that in a restaurant, that's how you get lost.
Yeah, that is also how you end up with a massive tab. It's how you end up with, I don't know, possible, I don't know, law charges. I'm sure he was doing it at a state that it's seemingly legal everywhere. I know it's not, but East Coast, you get a lot of leeway. You got to do this at home. That quantity, you got to get under the lights, ice it down. Maybe a Lord of the Rings marathon, just really sink in, butter it up. And if you're one of these freaks that likes doing the activities, try to build a Lego set, give up halfway through, and then you start dining on the nachos and the other chips. I really respect it. It's hard to be the guy out there trying to have a fun time, and everybody knows that you're the guy at the table, and they give you looks, deservingly so. Because you smell bad, you look bad, you can't carry a conversation, you're not participating in society. But this guy decided to nuke himself for a night, report on it. And listeners, if you want to report on times that you nuked yourself at a dinner or just in your
201-834-4308. I know our idiot listeners have all done something probably worse than this.
Love to. I'd love to have Jamie Williams send in an awesome DM.
No,
story
I want Rack to call in
that
again.
Doesn't
like
call. He's not calling, and he never will.
It's him.
There's no way.
Did he call again today?
He did not. We have a text sent to the Google number.
You can do that?
I guess so. Look,
huh?
I don't know if we're gonna.
Wait, was it friendly?
Do you want to just?
I don't want to. No, we can.
We have a Baywatch ranking question that could take up like 10 minutes of the hack bag if we both look through the roster.
But that was a text.
We have to do a lot. No. The text just had a disgusting line attached at the end of it.
Okay. We can say that we're going to get to the hack bag at the end of the show. We have to react to. We just missed the kickoff. We have to react to news that popped up today. Terry McLaurin requested a trade. We have emphasized this over and over again on this show, that the Commanders have such a legit shot to capitalize on momentum of extremely talented young players, a pretty good offseason, and quality veteran leadership. And they're going to completely F this thing up by not giving Terry McLaurin what he wants. One of the things that I saw on Twitter, I think it was Ari Myrov who tweeted this, that everyone in the NFL understands that Terry McLaurin wants $30 million, but the Commanders are unwilling to give him that. They're unwilling to go in that range. I'm wondering what the number is. Is it going to be like closer to 28 that they're offering him? Give him the $30 million. Give him the damn deal. If you want to actually legit shot at winning a Super Bowl and getting to one this season, you have to do it. We need to stop dicking around when you have a legit opportunity. This is the thing that boggles my mind in the NFL, are the teams that just completely bungle chances and windows to make playoff runs. They got there last year when they had no reason to, and the roster got better. And now you're trying to take away one of the best playmakers that you have. What are we doing?
It's really, really silly. It's irritating. I'm in 1,000 group chats that are melting down simultaneously. From all the Virginia guys and the Skins Commanders Washington football team fans. It makes no sense whatsoever. Terry McLaurin had more than triple the amount of touchdowns last year in his first season with a rookie Jaden Daniels than he did the year prior. 13 touchdowns. That's more than the last 2 years in 23 and 22 combined, and one less than the previous 3 before that combined. Third most receiving yards. It's a lot of numbers to say he's peaking. It's a lot of numbers to say the time is right. It's a lot of numbers to say the money is right for Terry McLaurin, and it's time. Because what happens? What's the outcome? You don't pay him, and then Debo's your number 1, and then Luke McCaffrey's your number 2.
And to already cut you off, this is what we talked about. Debo is a really good receiver. Last year we saw with no Brandon Ayuk, when he was the primary target, how unsuccessful he was. He's not the type of receiver that wins in one-on-one coverage as the primary receiver. He wins as a gadget.
He's a weapon. He's a weapon when there's another receiver. Because
you have a creative OC to operate this whole thing. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
But then also, what happens also? Terry leaves and doesn't have a fantastic quarterback in Jaden Daniels. He's got a 1 in 19 chance of landing with a team that is that has a team that's worse than Jaden Daniels, and the other 10 maybe they'll take a bid on Terry, but their systems are working out pretty good. They got top 10 Qs and wide receiver ones that are already paid. So Washington, it's like the last little puzzle piece that you need. It's the only puzzle piece you need right now to fit into we're going to the playoffs bare minimum type season that they could have, is to have a wide receiver one. No team can win in the NFL in 2025 without a wide receiver one. I'd debate you couldn't do it without a wide receiver two. You know, you can talk about Buffalo last year and how they had a rotating door. They had the MVP also. You need wide receiver one activities from your wide receiver one, and all Terry McLaurin has ever done is provide that. So for him to request a trade, it's the natural progression of this saga of frustrated, trying to make it work, not going to camp, go to camp, still doesn't work, request trade. That's where we're at. And now we're at the final impasse, it seems like, where what do we do? Are you going and you're playing with Trevor Lawrence and you're having 1,000 yards and 4 touchdowns, or are you staying with Jaden Daniels and we're keeping this crew together and you finish with 1,210? Like that's what I'm looking at, and it's a way more successful for all parties for Terry to stay.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes is the perfect descriptor for this. You're just dicking, or I said this already. It's the perfect way to describe it. You're going to keep dicking around, and this is going to go nowhere. You trade him. I don't think he's going to get traded. I have to cut myself off.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's going to get traded. I think they're going to work this out. This is very clearly just a leverage move. There's no point in him sitting out any further. So him just saying like, "Hey, I'm tired of this. Just trade me. If you're going to keep playing games with me, just let me go elsewhere." Maybe that lights a fire under the Commanders, and hopefully Terry's serious about this, that he's putting his foot down and they take him seriously. I just hope that the Commanders don't kind of scoff at this and just kind of sit back and wait. I would think that this has a similar outcome to like the Myles Garrett trade request.
Yeah.
I would think that it has a very similar path where eventually they just kind of come to terms, but it is not a good sign that we've reached this point.
You know, it's really frustrating. Can you fathom, the listener as well, not just Joe, try to really fathom how much the respect level has jumped for Washington in a year. Try to remember how you thought of them in 2023 before they drafted Jaden, when they were a ship with no paddles, leaks everywhere, no future, no real stars outside of Terry, and no direction. They find the quarterback, everyone starts meshing, and look at us. We've got a respectable team. Oh, the owner that everyone didn't like is gone too, and we've got a new ownership group that seems to be doing all the right things. When you pitch all this stuff as new and change, and we're getting past the bad, and it's a new era, it's a new dawn in Washington. Thank you. It was a good take.
No, I was clapping because I bet on the Chargers to win and over.
The way that you cannot just sit here and take that back and say, all right, well, we're going to do some old Washington stuff now. We're going to do some Dan Snyder stuff and not pay this guy, or we're going to completely mismanage everything. No. It's new era. You don't just get one year of new era and then go back to being stingy dirtbags like every NFL owner wants to be. You have to commit until you're really solid. Commit until you're blue chip. Commit until you get a Super Bowl. And then maybe you could start messing around and let your Tyreek Hill walk. That'll at least earn trust. Maybe we'll get back without him.
Yeah.
Get there first. Washington isn't there yet. They made it farther than we expected them to, but now I think they are looking at it to ending shorter than we would expect them to.
We'll keep track of this. We'll react once we know a little bit more, but of course, extremely disappointing that the Commanders are finding a way to bungle this. All right, we're going to try and get through this as efficiently as possible. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to see how effectively we can rip through this. We are going to each pitch who the best offenses are in the NFL. Top fives. We're going to alternate. We're going to go back and forth. Okay? If one of us says one of our teams we have to share where that team is on the list. So that we're not so like if I have a team at 5 and that team is at 3 for you, we're not doing double analysis.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Okay.
No repitch. Just build off.
Okay.
Of it. Yeah.
All right. With that in mind, these are the 5 best offenses in the NFL. I'm going to start with my number 5. Kansas City Chiefs. It is your bread and butter, easy, simple answer. I don't think that we should go as far as to say that they're in the top 3 or they're the best offense because they don't have a crazy elite receiver room. Travis Kelce is fat and old, and the running back room is left a little bit to be desired. But I really think that Xavier Worthy takes a step forward this year. I think that he showed us what he can be as this comically fast weapon that nobody can keep up with. I have said since the draft that the Jalen Royals pick that they got from Utah State is going to go down as one of the most underrated in the draft because he's perfect for what they need. Super shifty route runner with underrated athleticism. He could be that second option off of Worthy with an already established just group of guys that they have. We already know Hollywood Brown we forget about because he was banged up most of last year.
Yep.
Rashard Smith was super underrated, who they got out of SMU, a former receiver who moved to running back. Sounds exactly like your typical third running back for the Chiefs that ends up carving out a bigger role as the season goes on. And then lastly, we are going to be scratching our heads and wondering how the hell did Josh Simmons end up going as far as he did? And the fact that they've got Simmons at left tackle and So Mate at left guard, and those guys all coming together and playing great with the already established dudes, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, you know the rest of the group. No debate. Put them at 5.
Yeah, I have the Chiefs at 5 as well.
Oh,
and for a lot of the same reasons, I am super high on the Patrick Mahomes to Rashee Rice connection. He is expected to play this season. If he does, it's dangerous for everybody because Rashee Rice was emerging as a lethal wide receiver 1 in Kansas City before incidents. And he is an absolute difference maker for this team. And it's not just Patrick Mahomes throwing to the open guys and then Patrick Mahomes understanding the play in football so much that he can win games. It's, oh, look at this. I got some help here. Oh, he did my job for me. That's great. I love having wide receivers that do that. The Simmons point, fantastic. Have you seen him getting in the mix in training camp? Him and Ashton Gelati are like,
I did see this.
They're like two ogres fighting each other.
Punched him right in the head.
Just right in the face, right in the kisser.
Fucking love that.
This dude, Josh Simmons, might be a certified left tackle in the league. It could get real scary with Kansas City this year.
People were trying to clown on him for the septum piercing. No.
I don't care.
This is a mean ass
Don't care.
This isn't a zesty septum piercing. This is I will knock your block off septum piercing. There's a difference between the two.
And why is Kansas City at 5? Well, obviously quarterback depth, that hurts them. And
Fuck you.
Yeah, that sucks.
Ridiculous thing to say.
I think their running backs could be stronger. Pacheco still seems to wow me every year a little bit, but he's not that guy. So if they had a real dude that they can lean on, that's great. Kareem Hunt. It's Kareem Hunt now. It's not 24-year-old Kareem Hunt that was hurdling dudes. It's fat Kareem Hunt,
right?
Which I love. I love fat Kareem Hunt. But yeah, the Chiefs are top 5. I think it would be foolhardy to write them off out of your top 5.
All right, since we both have the same number 5, my number 4 is the Washington Commanders. And now this, I would still keep them in my top 5, but this was put together before the Terry McLaurin news came out that he requested a trade. Assuming Terry comes back, assuming Terry stays with the team, this receiver room is uber talented still with him and Debo being able to play off of one another. Michael Gallup's not the same guy that he once was, but we forget that Michael Gallup is still in this room. So there's some quality playmakers there. Noah Brown as well is in that receiver room. Running back room is the same as it was last season. Brian Robinson Jr., Austin Eckler. I think that what is promising is the offensive line improving. Going and getting Laramie Tunsil, who has been a steady veteran tackle who I think was really underappreciated for what he was doing for the Texans. We'll see who ends up getting the better end of that. And their pick of Josh Connerly in the first round, who should be starting at right tackle for them, I would assume, at some point this season. They got better. Jane Daniels is going to be in the MVP conversation. He already played like an MVP last year as a rookie. This is one of those picks where the supporting cast is decent. You've got some big-time guys at Terry McLaurin and Debo, but Jaden Daniels is going to elevate everybody around him.
Yeah, Daniels is the show. I do not have Washington in my top 5.
Oh, wow.
But
Shocked.
I will say it's the running backs are a little rough. The wide receiver situation is rough. I don't know what's going to happen with Terry. If Terry's on, then they're sitting pretty securely at 6 or 7 if we're looking at it. But old ass Zach Ertz, old fat Debo, love old fat Debo again, but they just don't have that young. Here we go. Here is the dynasty starting. It's the last year of the old guard, which is good. I like another year of the old guard. Get everyone familiar and ready to go for when the youth takes over. My number 4, the Buffalo Bills. They are planted at the 4 position for me because Josh Allen is a one-man army. He is a wrecking crew, and I have no reason to expect him to be anything but this year. How could you put the Bills above the Chiefs, Sean? I'll tell you, high-pitched loser. It's because they have the James Cook window also. A running back who was developing, and then hit it last year. And he hit it, and he was a massive contributor. When the offense lulled, James Cook was able to bring him to life. If Josh Allen and the receivers couldn't connect, James Cook saved the day. And his window is not closed. I saw juice from him. I saw fire. I saw that there was a lot of things that he could have worked on also vision-wise and decision-making at a running back standpoint, where if he put them into practice this offseason, we could see an even more improved James Cook. The major concern, the wide receivers are tough. They are going to be a fully committee situation in Buffalo. By that, I mean no true wide receiver 1. Khalil Shakir, fine. Keon Coleman, raw product. Want to see if he takes that step and claims wide receiver 1 status. Joshua Palmer, offseason addition. Good to mediocre wide receiver with the Chargers. But one thing that the Bills can always lean on, a fantastic, meaty, heavy offensive line. Girthy offensive line.
All right. Settle down, Hugh.
That dude's losing it, by the way. Hugh Freeze out. He's out by week 4. Deion Dawkins is a dude. Connor McGovern at center has been fantastic. Osiris Torrance, give it to me. Spencer Brown, I love the big giants on the right side. I love a 7-foot tall right tackle that diminishes and swallows up anybody that challenges him. Buffalo Bills, number 4, market.
Here's my only thing. I had him at 6, like right on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the receiver room.
It's tough.
I really just don't like the receiver room. O-line, one of the best in the NFL. Running back room, pretty good. Very underrated depth that they have. If Keon Coleman doesn't take this step that I wanted him to take, that I had projected, that I thought he was one of the best receivers in this past 2024 draft, if he doesn't get there and he doesn't become an 1,000-yard guy. By the way, Trey Lance is just dotting up.
Love Trey Lance.
Dotting. That was an awesome ball that he just threw. I'm sorry. I got so distracted. Maybe this Trey Lance offense with the Chargers should be a top 5 offense. I don't like the Keon Coleman.
If they keep Trey Lance in, we could be looking at that is a good ball.
If whatever happens with the Chargers. I can't get behind the receiver room. My your number 4 you already gave. My number 3, Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, is anyone going to sit here and debate the Bengals being where they are? Are we really going to do that? They've got the best receiver room arguably in the NFL. You've got a top 5 quarterback in Joe Burrow. They just added Noah Fant to their tight end room. The only reason why I wouldn't go any higher, if anyone wants to question me, I think their offensive line's fine. Mm-hmm. I think at times it's been a little bit of a liability. It's been really inconsistent.
They love yelling about that offensive line in Cincinnati. Yeah. They've turned on the offensive line where that's the default. Like, oh, well, if the offensive line was better.
They got a lot of things that they complain about there.
That.
Receiver room carries the weight here. Chase Brown is a decent running back. Joe Burrow obviously carries a lot of weight. If the O-line was better, I think that they'd be higher. But I feel pretty confident placing them at number 3.
I'm not upset with seeing the Cincinnati Bengals in the top 5, even though they're not in my personal.
They didn't make your top. How do you? How?
Oh, because I have you heard about this team out west called the LA Rams, Joseph? Have you heard about this team out west that has Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams
down?
Oh, I'm sure. I don't like that. He's got some back stuff going on, but Matthew Stafford is a soldier.
You just answered your own question.
He's a soldier, and he gutted through a year last year that I didn't expect him to, and he did it very bravely. I think Matthew Stafford has one more year before his body completely quits on him.
He might be quitting on him right now, man.
Not in training camp. These are just the late July blues. Kyron Williams, is emerging as an absolute touchdown machine in the NFL. He truly has. He's one of the rare running backs that just has a nose for the end zone. When he gets close, he gets in. You don't see him get stuffed a ton. Love him. Puka Nacua, give it to me. Wide receiver 1 fill in for Cooper Kupp. You had years of dominance with him. And in a year, they're able to slot in Puka Nacua, and we're off to the races there. And, now Cooper Kupp's gone. Who do we want to fill in and be the Batman to our Batman? How about Devontae Adams? How will we bring let's bring in LA? There's about 4 I'm naming right now. We got a quad Batman situation.
I don't know if you know how Batman works.
I don't know if you know how Batman works. We just saw 20 different Spider-Men in a Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah, but there's no Batman verse movie.
I'm sure there's no Bat-Verse movie. Wait for 2030. I'm sure that we're not going to.
That's not how that works. You can't just fucking create whatever. Continue what your take was.
There's versions of the Batman where the Joker takes him over and he's got a wide. The lore and canon is deep with Batman. The Rams are legit. The Rams Rams completely scare me because they have something that the Bengals don't have, and that is consistency, and that's professionalism. And that comes from the coaching, and that comes from the rest of the team to boost the offense. The Rams are the model of consistency in the NFL. They don't win the Super Bowl every year, but you know they're going to be good every year. And the second you stop thinking about them, they burst on the scene and shit all over your team. And that's what the Rams do week in and week out. The Bengals have a high-flying, great offense, Joe, but you never know if they're going to win a game. With Joe Burrow,
but it has everything
T. Higgins,
to do with their
Jamar
defense.
Chase, you have no clue.
You're basically handicapping it because the Bengals defense is bad. That's kind of how you just frame it.
I'll also handicap Cincinnati because their offense doesn't start until October, and they take September off, and it's almost a testament to them how good they can be for without a month, without 4 games in the NFL season with the numbers that they put up. I have no respect for Cincinnati early season, and maybe that's part of it because I'm not buying that Kool-Aid. I'm also not buying the Kool-Aid that everyone's going to be drinking after Hard Knocks releases and they think Keon Coleman's going to be Jerry Rice. You just know he's going to be built for the camera.
Sure.
He's going to be America's favorite player. So even on my own stuff, I won't drink the Kool-Aid.
Look, I can't get behind. I just can't get behind putting the Rams ahead of the Bengals. They have a good offense. They would be a top 10 labeled offense in my eyes, but we're putting a lot on the health of Matthew Stafford.
I think we're putting a lot on the health of Joe Burrow also.
He's much younger, and he's had one serious
ACL, elbow, wrist.
I don't think that's as bad as back problems for a guy in his late 30s.
Yeah, he's late 30s. He's sore. He's actually getting hit again. He's not golfing. No, yeah, okay, not this year though. Stafford's going to go off. Everyone thinks I'm not ready to write off Stafford as long as Joe Flacco is still in a running to be a starting quarterback in this league.
All right, so that was obviously your number 3. My number 2 was the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar carries this heavily. Derrick Henry carries this heavily. I think even if Derrick Henry slows down just a little bit, their running back room is so dangerous that you're going to still get a fantastic run game if his carries go down just a little bit. Keaton Mitchell, I think, could still have some emergence as he starts to get more touches. He was somebody who I really, really liked when he was coming out of Marshall. The thing that gets us the most excited, though, is their offensive line. I don't think their offensive line gets enough love. They've got a pretty good receiving room. DeAndre Hopkins they added, who feels very weird seeing him in a Ravens uniform.
You think so?
Very
I don't think it's weird at all, given the amount of Ravens wide receivers we've seen come and go.
Zay Flowers has been incredibly dynamic, and Rashad Bateman's gotten better. He's never really lived up to the hype, truly. I forget what Isaiah Likely's injury situation was.
Ankle sprain expected 8 weeks.
Okay, so that's not horrible. But Lamar, of course, is enough for this thing to be a number 2 because everything flows together so easily. Everything connects. All the puzzle pieces come together so fluidly that it creates such a dynamic offense. It's one of those circumstances where I think if you did take out one of the pieces, it might be a little bit harder to make the case. But because you've got Lamar and you've got so many complementary guys, makes the team so much better.
Yeah, I like it. My number 2, the New York the Baltimore Ravens are my number 2 team as well. They're solid. They're great. They're the best regular season team in football. We're going to throw out any ancillary arguments about what happens in the postseason when they completely forget how to run their offense. But top to bottom, when this offense is playing those first 17 games that they play, unstoppable. And when you think you've stopped them, they pull it out. And if they lose, when the Ravens lose, they lose weird in the regular season. Like they'll drop a bad one to the Raiders or just an ugly, dumb game that they had no business doing. Sometimes Lamar Jackson can get out of sync and the offense stalls badly. But with Derrick Henry looking as fresh as he did last year, and I thought he was going to look a little slower, a little heavier. I thought it was going to be the time where he's slowing down. Didn't see that from the big horse. I see his arms in training camp this year. They are as big as my thighs, and I have massive, gigantic, fat monster thighs. So that is the starting running back for a team that has maybe the most dynamic quarterback in the game. It's a number 2 offense, and they can put up points on anybody. And here's what I'll say also. They don't ever look scared on offense. They never look like they're just like, oh, we're out of our element. And if something's going wrong, it's like, shit, stuff is going wrong. Not panicky, not frazzled, but it's just all going wrong. They're a confident bunch. They're a nasty offense. Yeah, I'm in on the Ravens at 2.
I'm a big dumb idiot. I mixed up Keaton Mitchell and Rasheen Ali. I really liked Keaton Mitchell, though, too, a couple years ago before he suffered that injury. I was like, as I was saying it, I'm like, that's not right. That's not right. He was the UDFA that ended up popping off out of ECU that was super productive for them and then went down with the injury. I still think that 4 deep, though, is incredible because Rasheen Ali is a really good running back as well, and he was a big riser for me through his draft process, and you still also have Justice Hill. So it's easy to slot them because everything works for what they're trying to do, which is to kill you on the ground.
Justice Hill, worst fantasy running back ever, because you always think Justice Hill is going to get like 8 catches, 30 yards. Maybe he'll run for 30. Maybe he'll even get in the end zone. You're thinking, maybe I'll have a 10-point day. I need it. I need you, Justice. Goes out and drops a 0.3.
Kyle Allen just threw a pick. Eat shit, Kyle Allen.
Chargers are back.
My number 1, I assume it's your number 1 too, the Philadelphia Eagles.
My number 1 as well, yes.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to come. I was trying to
they're stacked.
Pull from a couple different sources to like look and see what other like people who wrote articles about this, what they were thinking. Not a lot of them had the Eagles at number 1, which is unbelievable to me. A lot of people had the Bills at number 1, which I guess were
ridiculous,
carrying a lot of weight for Josh Allen. One of the best receiver rooms, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, best offensive line in the NFL, which should be the number 1 requisite. Best running back in the NFL. And then Jalen Hurts is there, and he's on this team.
Well,
he works perfectly for what they're doing. I'm not falling for he's a top 5 quarterback shit. I'm not doing
I don't
that
think
shit.
you should. And I think a lot of people are getting offended by the premise of Jalen Hurts being a top 5 quarterback versus having a top 5 resume of a quarterback in the NFL right now, which is what the debate should be. Who is the best resume? Who's the best quarterback? But what I can defend about Jalen Hurts, no matter how you feel about him, he works good in the offense. They have a scheme for him.
Leader.
He's a good leader. He has an unstoppable play, and he's improved every year. He's gotten better every year, and that's something that I don't think people even notice because the rest of the team is so good because they added Saquon Barkley, they added A.J. Brown, and they take so much of the limelight, and then Devontae Smith comes out and makes a magical play. Hurts has gotten better every single year, and when he came in, he was raw. But he had a lot of confidence, and I think he had a lot of poise, which carried him to getting the starting QB job and didn't let him get passed over. Second year, got better. Last year, got better. This year, I would expect him to continue to get better. If you have a quarterback that isn't top 5, all you need him to do is not get worse or get better. He's checking both of those boxes for me, and with the surrounding elements and cast that he has in Philly, there is no reason why I would take any offense over the Philadelphia Eagles offense. They should be unstoppable unless they play the New Orleans Saints and need Dallas Goedert to bail them out in the 4th quarter.
I know it's not going to be like anything super sexy, what A.J. Dillon does for this team this upcoming year, but I still think that is like a really underrated pickup for them. Going and getting a guy who's just a spitting image of, he's the knockoff version of Saquon, big ass thighs, big hog, just running through the. Yeah. Have you seen that video?
I have seen the video.
That was a very interesting video. If anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, he knew what he was doing. But besides the point, he's a battering ram. He's the slightly less explosive version of Saquon with no vision. So if you need a quick, breather, you bring in the big hoss to get a couple of yards.
And then you got little hossy Will Shipley that can go and scat out the backfield. That's why I love Saquon Barkley. He's the combination of both. And then you can just pick your version of Saquon Barkley. What do you mean?
I don't know if we can throw Will Shipley in there.
Oh, yes, I can. Will Shipley looked sharp last year.
You just said that Saquon Barkley has Will Shipley traits. What traits?
No.
You
are twisting words.
You said he's the combination.
You are twisting words.
You said he's the combination of A.J. Dillon and Will Shipley. That means he has Will Shipley traits and A.J. Dillon.
The ability to be a receiving back and A.J. Dillon, the ability to be a power back. He
looks just like him too. Looks exactly like him.
You think God sees color on the football field?
Okay.
I don't.
All right, let's get to the hack.
You listeners can take that one with you also. I'll let you walk out of that one, out of this show with that one for free. Put it in your pocket. Drop it on your racist aunt. Tell me how she feels.
201-834-4308. Call into the hack bag. Leave us a voicemail. I guess you can text us now.
Yeah,
do whatever
text
the
the number.
I don't fucking care
either.
Anymore.
Yeah, fucking bullshit. Fuck this.
The mail never stops.
Do whatever the hell they want.
yeah, I guess.
Hit us on Twitter for questions or call at 201-834-4308.
We're going to get like a collect call to the voicemail line or something. Like people do whatever they want. Did I once say text the phone line? Did I once say, hey, you can drop a text message?
I don't recall you mentioning the Hack City text machine.
Is it in the damn audio imaging that you put together?
No, it's not.
It's not in the transition. Is it on the overlay? No, it says call. Call us. But no, I guess our listeners, they don't want to follow any easy instructions. What's the question?
Just a nice text here. What's going on, Joe and Sean? How would you use a pickup line on a girl in the gym? My answer would be to ask if she was working an area, if she was working throat tonight, but that's just me. Bad suggestion. Awful text.
You would get escorted out of the gym.
Why do you think either of us are talking to people in the gym?
Yeah,
you think I talk to dudes in the gym, let alone a girl in the gym?
Yeah, first of all, I'm mean mugging the whole time. That can't happen. I can't.
That's civilian stuff.
Yeah.
When you work out as an athlete and you actually really learn how to work out and you know how to operate in a gym, you don't want to talk to anybody.
Okay.
Right?
Well, yes, I don't know. The way
Am I wrong?
The way that you framed that, though, was...
But honestly, civilians,
yeah, you're right.
They go in, they're on their phone, they dawdle about, they're taking FaceTimes, they're wearing bad shoes, they're wearing jeans in the gym. They're
not taking it as seriously.
They're wearing their chains
out.
Play
games.
They got diamonds on the gym to pick up girls. No, that's your thing. But how I think we operate is you go in there, you blast music at full volume, and you get really pumpy. And you just go.
Then you get out of there.
Yeah, then you get out of there. Hopefully, nobody even looks at you while you're in there.
Yeah,
that'd be optimal.
I'm too busy looking at the spreadsheet that I have put together for tracking my weights to actually pay attention to what's happening around me. So no, that's not happening. Second of all, don't ever approach it. Don't please, for the love of God, don't approach the gym. The gym is the one place that I feel like you constantly hear women say, "I hate being approached to the gym."
Yeah,
I don't like being approached at the gym. It's don't do it. If they come up to you and they start a conversation with you,
here's
go
the
for
thing.
it.
Dudes, there's like 1% of us that are approaching women at the gym or that can do it where they're not repulsed. Those guys can do it. And because you see them doing it on TikTok and they got an 8-pack and they got pecs that you could pop a bottle out of, then okay, they're living in a different world. You're wearing a 3XL Heather Gray t-shirt and shorts that you've already sweat through.
Do you know who texted us?
No, I don't. But the general male is wearing awful tall black socks and they have no stees and they're pale and their
shorts too long.
Yeah. They're like doing they're doing their chest flies and they can't get the left arm up and they're struggling.
Worry about racking your weights before you're worrying about approaching women.
That's not that guy. And if you are that guy, women will approach you at the gym because you look like that at the gym.
Automatically, a simple answer here. If you have to ask that question, if you have to ask, how can I don't do it. if you don't have the natural instinct, which means you're not attractive enough to go up and do it on your own, don't do it. Don't do it. Save it for the bar later. Save it. Get your pump and start feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
Convince yourself that you were getting a couple glances in the gym. Don't just lie to yourself, and then you feel really good.
It's a nice game.
Yeah, take a shower and then go meet up with your buddies. This is a random tangent. I keep seeing on Twitter, and there's a lot of articles that are being written that are like talking about how there's a big dating epidemic in New York City.
Oh God!
And
the
the reason for it is hilarious. Like it kind of made me quietly think like, hell yeah, that makes perfect sense. Apparently, girls are going to bars and they're really frustrated that they're not getting approached at all. Like no one is approaching them.
Nice.
And the reason why, yeah, you say nice because you're one of those people not approaching.
Yeah.
They're not getting approached because all the guys that are going to the bars are just showing up to watch sports and to get really hammered with their friends and then leave. None of them are showing up thinking, I'm going to go and socialize and meet people. We've got a friend who goes with that approach.
Yeah.
Who spends more time talking to women than he does talking to us.
Yeah, he doesn't like sports. It makes sense.
Or talking to us.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Because I don't know. Yeah.
I think he's realized we're dead weight, by the way. I think that's why he doesn't come out with us.
He's been trying to get people to move, but he's been out of town a lot.
He was in town last weekend. Kyle Allen just threw another pick. What an ass. Put Hendon in, damn it.
Oh God, the one weekend where Joe stays out past 8:00, you're like, oh, why didn't he meet us? Give me a break.
We were there for 6 hours.
It was a good day.
It was a good day.
The whole dating epidemic in New York is nonsense. Girls, be nicer. Guys, stop being cowards. It's pretty easy. And then when you meet in the middle with those, you know what you get? You get a nice little blossom. You get a nice little bud of romance and sex and fire and passion and heartbreak. That's all
very
great.
Philosophical of you.
But you can't just be a girl in a bar that's sitting there looking at her drink or mean mugging or not being conversational. Dudes don't do that anymore. Where everyone's just like, yeah, I'm just not going to talk. I'm not going to do it. At least look over. At least look and make a guy think. He's not going to take it. He's not going to take the hint. He's not going to understand.
Yeah, you got to do it for a good 20
minutes
to an hour.
You got to look at him. And how about this?
Wave. Maybe do just like a little, smile and wave.
Just smile and wave. Oh my God. They roll out the red carpet for a smile and wave.
I think a lot of guys in the bar would climax immediately if that happened to them in the bar.
A smile and wave?
Well, but I'm trying to.
That's like movie stuff.
It doesn't require, because this is one of the things I always hear is.
I'd give back.
Okay.
Hey. Just a little salute. Hey.
This what you mean?
You think huh? Yeah. Done that. Had a girl basically stare right at me. I was just here. And then I turn around, they're looking away, and they might have left the bar. I'm like,
see, wait, I think we've pitched the problem is the reason why the guys aren't going up, even if they're not there with the intention to only get drunk and hang out with their friends. I think that there is a really awful nonverbal communication between, as you're saying here, between women and men, because women, the way that they show they're interested is that they just look up, they look at you. They just that's it. That is the furthest that they will go. And guys are not able to understand that. It's not going to get registered. It's not going to get broken down. So maybe what guys should start doing is they should just like point at themselves.
Yeah.
And then point back at them.
Yeah.
But then you might scare somebody pointing at them.
Also, the whole I want to be approached at a bar, it's the man's job to approach. Yeah, men are approaching girls, prettier girls than you. And that's why you're sitting here looking at people. And honestly, the guys in their ballpark that aren't getting approached by the uber confident, uber handsome, uber wealthy,
the Joe Sorallos of the world.
Yeah. If they're not getting approached by the Joe Sorallo, they're like, oh, why isn't that that strap hanger walking up to me? Oh, he's got 2 Coors Lights in his hand. No, you don't want to be approached by that guy. You don't, and you need to admit that you don't. So that means you need to take a little bit of initiative.
Or you get non-English speakers coming up to the largest man in the bar asking to buy you a drink.
That'll happen
for you and your boyfriend. That'll also happen.
Yeah.
Still can't believe that happened. That was
no harm, no foul. I'm not buying her man a drink. His broke ass can buy his own. Don't try to scam me, broke ass, fake hat, fake Jordans, loser.
You should have Cam Warded on him.
I should have fought him. I just should have fought him. I should have just got that one out of my
He was like
system.
5'6".
Yeah, it would have been great.
I wasn't backing
I
you.
just learned some new moves. I didn't need you. You think I needed your backup?
Who knows who was with him?
I need you to just box out his lady. She looks stronger than he did. I just need you boxing her out. Learned some pretty cool moves today at WWE tryouts.
Oh yeah,
Gonna practice on you.
You
later.
better not.
Come on.
Were you the biggest guy there? Was there anyone bigger than you?
I was the tallest guy there. There were some former, like Malik Carr was there.
Did they let you jump in?
No, I did not jump in. I might have had a brief offer, but I did not jump in. These people.
What do you mean you had a brief offer?
They were working. My WWE guy was like, "Oh, maybe we'll get you in there." I'm like, "Yeah, maybe." And I'm sitting here.
Who was your WWE guy?
That new connect that I made.
Oh, he said
My handler.
but he was actually serious about.
I don't think so. Maybe if I had really jumped at it, but these people were in there. They were really repping it out. They were working on their roles. They were working on like serious wrestling stuff. I'm like, what am I going to go down there? Fall on the mat, make the loudest noise that's ever been made in this arena?
Just slap your
loud,
jump, and then land on your belly.
I could have gone off the turnstile or turnbuckle. That would have been awesome. Would have been okay.
Load your pants on the mat and then walk off very
that's
slowly.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So your hope for me is I show up to do some interviews.
Yeah.
And then I get offered to go in the ring. I jump in and I shit my pants. Do I get to do the interviews after? Or do I have to get some school issued gym shorts that I have to do interviews in
I think
with my big
funnier.
fat white legs poking out of the bottom of some bright red shorts?
I don't know what would be funnier.
I tell you what, they'd put me in that. We were in the school's arena. I bet they had a pair of shorts laying around.
Shit leaking down your leg would be fun. Or I don't know if it'd be leaking down your leg, but it'd just be
loaded diaper. Yeah, just walking out loaded diaper, hold my ass, stay in, don't let them see it. Yeah, the girl wrestlers also like very, very attractive and in very good shape. So they get to see me load my britches and all these alpha males that are wrestling and taking bumps and flying, hurtling through the air.
Yes. And to be clear, I'm not saying that like you'd get your ass kicked so bad you'd shit. I'm saying that like first movement, like first jump, whatever move that you're trying to go for, it's just immediate shit happening.
Yeah, nice. That's definitely what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for in my media ventures is to shit my pants at work. What is wrong with you? What kind of statement is that to make that you're hoping I shit my pants at work?
You'd make a name for yourself if you did that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the guy who shit himself.
Shawn Michaels will forever remember that Sean Anderson shit himself at the WWE tryouts in Newark, New Jersey. You think,
hey, that's the guy who pooped his pants. Everyone is going to know who you are.
If Shawn Michaels...
No one will ever forget you. All the wrestlers will remember you. All the WWE people who work there will remember you.
Remember that right-wing gun girl that shit her pants at the bar and they still tweet that photo at her?
Yeah, but that wasn't... She didn't know how to play it off. She was embarrassed.
How's this photo? How's this photo circulating for the next 30 years? With me, my big ass, in the ring, just holding it. Is that nice? You guys like that?
But you gotta learn how to play it off, though. You gotta know how to play it off.
Oh, I know how to play it off.
You're like, yeah, I meant to do that. That was on purpose. That was my move. That's my signature move.
That's my signature move.
Yeah, you're finishing yourself off.
Feel like we're no. Finishing myself off would be a much more fun move in the ring.
Well, that would get you put on a list.
Oh, I think I'd get a lot of fans if I'm laying flat back in the middle.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know about that.
Come on.
That gets you put onto a list. If you shit your pants while you're wrestling someone, no one's going to want to touch you.
Shitting your pants in a wrestling arena
they're going to be running
should put you on a list also.
They're going to be running from you if you shit your pants. I don't want to touch that guy. He's got shit in his pants.
I don't think it would scare.
You'd be the most unique wrestler of all time.
You think that would scare off Jey Uso?
You had a big... I don't know who that is.
Jey Uso would see me shit my pants and he'd come and kick me in my jaw, not even like a fake kick. He'd actually put me down in the arena. Like when Floyd punched The Undertaker at the Big Show.
Is he bigger than you?
Who? They're all stronger than me. They can all pick me up over their heads.
We don't know that. Not when you got shit in your ass.
That'd be a scene.
I think you get in the ring, load the pants, and then you're sticking up the ring. No one wants to touch you.
Can you be my tag team that wrestles with a boner and pisses himself? Can that be it? I'll shit my pants. Here's the thing. I will do the wrestling bit where I load britches every match if you wrestle with the boner and then piss yourself. How about that? Fair trade?
As long as you just the whole bit's you're throwing me at people like that's what the
yeah we're trying to spear them.
Boner. Why are we doing that?
Because piss is friendly. I have to assume that every professional wrestler that's ever wrestled has had some dribble out when they've taken
Yeah,
an
probably.
F5 or they've gotten
How many of it?
speared.
I'm sure some have had boners. I mean, you got, what was it, Brandon Marshall that was talking about? No. Who was it that was saying that they
Channing
used?
Crowder?
No, it was Bart Scott who was talking
Ah.
about how he used to do the
Viagra?
Yeah, the Viagra before the games.
Yeah, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna supplement the honey packet in case the first Viagra doesn't take. And
Honey packet and a Viagra? You trying to kill me?
trying to see what would your garb be? So am I just in a t-shirt and shorts shitting my pants?
No. You got to like a size too small leotard.
Okay,
Like
awesome.
Andre the
I'm pouring out of my classic leotard. You know what? You're in a leotard too. You were in a middle school wrestler's uniform.
They need to see when you shit your pants, it needs to kind of be like a cartoonish load up.
Yeah. So there's like a little puff in the back.
Yeah.
There he did it again, finishing move. And there's his
that's your
partner
starting move.
standing proudly next to him. Look at that.
It needs to be your opener and your finisher.
You
need
know
to
these-
have enough shit loaded up in the system that I don't know how long is a wrestling match.
Hour?
They're
Maybe
really
more?
that long? Oh, that's easy. If you eat enough food beforehand.
I can shit twice in an hour. You gonna hold that rod for an hour?
Can we
You
get-
know these two
can
are
I get
rolling.
something? Can I get something else?
There's nothing else that's equally as funny as shitting your pants than wrestling in a unitard with a boner. I'm sorry. Man, look, when DeLeone gets full mast, that's when you know the other team's in trouble.
Again, you're gonna get me put onto You're gonna get me put on a list for that.
What do you mean? You'll be fine.
I can't touch anyone with a boner. That's just that can't be on TV. I can't be on TV.
I'm not making you touch it. You're not touching them with your boner.
I mean,
until I throw you.
First contact in most situations.
Do you think we could pull off a stunt where you were able to give a different wrestler a black eye with your boner? If I were to really launch you.
I thought you were going to ask if I could give another wrestler a boner. I thought that was what you were going to ask.
You know what? Maybe we lose if another wrestler does get a boner when they wrestle us, when they see me shit with my pants shitted and me spilling out of the tight unitard and you fully erect, standing there T-posing the whole time.
Do they do the tag team thing in?
Yeah.
Are they usually the same size, or is there usually a big size
all
difference?
over the place, man. There's
Is there
families
anyone as
that
small as me?
Oh yeah. There were wrestlers smaller than you today.
Really?
Wiry, because they got to fly, man. It's about flexibility and movement. It's about. I mean, I was watching like supreme athletes stretching, and then they were just like they're strong, muscular, maybe cut up, and they're stretching, they're working. I'm like, man, that guy. Woof, look at that's impressive. It's impressive, the dedication. And then they're on like the starters ring where they're still learning the basics, and they're learning how to fall, and they're learning how to move in a ring, and it's like all foreign. It's like they're riding a bike for the first time.
Sure.
And then you see the people that like were wrestlers and know all the terminology and are like way ahead of the class, and the way that they're prepping and the moves that they're doing. It was like I was 5 feet away from real deal wrestling. I mean, flying. I'm watching heels way sky high in the air, massive flips, fully selling bumps and everything. It's kind of learning how to like flamenco dance. Like you it's really, really intricate.
And you didn't want to be a shit-loaded flamingo?
It's hard to dance the flamenco with a loaded pair of underwear.
All right, let's get to the next question. That was a good one. Good conversation.
Oh God, I don't even know. Next question. Rank the Baywatch babes from hottest to least
I don't
hottest.
have any context.
They're all hot, Rack. I don't know what you want from me. That's from Rack.
What an answer.
Baywatch, they're all
Rank
hot.
the NFL quarterbacks. They're all great.
You want to go through the Baywatch ladies?
I don't have content. How many are there?
Is it 5 or is that Charlie's Angels?
There's no answering this.
Yeah. Baywatch. There's too many. Pamela Anderson, Yasmin Bleeth, bad last name. Nicole Eggert, bad last name. Erica Eliniak and Alexandra Paul.
Oh, so there's not that many.
Off of the names, Anderson one hottest,
Okay,
Alexandra
you can't do
Paul
that.
second.
You can't go.
Bleeth?
You can't say someone with your last name is the hottest.
It's a good name, man.
It's not a good name.
What do you mean it's not?
It's a fake ass name.
I'm sorry. You're never seeing an Anderson with an E on the end or not an E on the end, where I've seen DeLeone or DeLeone without an E on the end. So until you get your
Italians are creative.
once you get universal spelling, you come holler at your boy.
We don't all have the same last name.
Joe Anderson. Yeah, I'd be glad that worked for
awful.
you.
All right, let's get out of here. We're going to be back on Sunday, 201-834-4308. Call in. Don't text us. How did we end up talking about WWE? I don't know how we got there.
I did it today. I was in it.
But okay.
Fully marking out.
At Joe DeLeone, at Samson Radio, at Hack City Pod. We'll see you guys later.